Good morning, everyone. I've got a really cool thing to tell you. Today is an exciting day because today is my first working day. If you remember, a couple of weeks ago, I went to see a gig at O2 Brixton Academy, and I told you that it's like a network of music venues located all over London and in a few cities around the country. And basically, I got a job there, a volunteering job. They don't pay me, I volunteer, but it's still a job. But instead of paying me, what they do is that they allow me to go to free gigs in their venues and also a lot of other venues all over London. It's like one big street team. If I want to see a show, I work at the same day of the show. I work a couple of hours before the show, then I just go see the show for free because my name is already on the guest list. So I guess now I can say that I have the best unpaid job in the entire world. And not that it's gonna help me to fight my music addiction. I'm joking, I'm not an addict. Not an addict. And that concludes the first night of working at the coolest unpaid job ever. In one of my previous videos where I showed the congestion on the tube, basically I showed the train where there were so much people that there was no physical space and nobody could even enter the train. And one of the viewers asked me, what do you do in that situation? And obviously you can't do a lot. And on my experience, I recently realized that basically there are two things that you can do. First, go to the last carriage. So basically go to the very end of the train and see if there are any spaces there, because a lot of the times there are. And if not, just run along the train until you actually find a space. So these are pretty much the only tips that I can give on that. You see how high this is? Mike and I decided to climb up there. It's a monument dedicated to the Great Fire of London, and it looks really, really high. How many stairs there are? 300. There are 300 stairs. And I have... Oh god. I'm already tired. I haven't got the 20 yet. Oh, they have a window. The worst thing is that I went to pick up those flyers for my work, and there's 1,000 of them, and they're really heavy. So I'm already out of breath. Oh god. I should probably work out more. This is good. I don't want to do this. So we finally made it. God, this is so breathtaking. Oh god. Okay, I have to admit it. It was worth it. No. What? It looks really amazing. This looks awesome. This is really cool. We are never doing this again. Ever. Look at this. That's where we were, right up there. From here till there. 311, right? Yep. 311 stairs, up and down. The thing is, when you go up, it's obviously hard when you go upstairs, but when you go down, they have the spiral staircase, so you always go in circles, and it makes you really dizzy sometimes. Well, that's what happened to me. So I actually wanted to go to Whitton Hall's market. It's a pretty cool place. There are a lot of different interesting shops there, and it's Saturday, and I asked Mike if he wanted to come with me. We just came here and it's just closed. And everything this street seems dead.
But the
there's
view is
nothing
amazing.
here. Yeah, the view is amazing. The buildings are really cool. This one looks like a factory actually. And there's the famous cucumber. What's that building called? Yeah. What? Okay, it has a weird name. So that's why we decided to just walk around and see what we can find. Is this part of the city, the London city? No?
Yeah, it is.
Because I don't know.
It is.
I'm not good with.
It's in central London.
Okay. So we just found this, and apparently it's a very, very old Roman fort, which was built back when Romans were living here. So it's like 600 BC or something like that. So it's extremely, extremely old. There's like a stairs and something, but it's closed, so we can't really go down there. It's all closed. We can't really go there, unfortunately. But it's exciting. So we came to the London Museum because we've never been here. And when you enter, they have a Sherlock Holmes story, The Adventure of the Dancing Man. It just goes on from there until there. So all of this is a story about Sherlock Holmes. I actually read this one, it's pretty good. This is how a typical Roman living room looked like back at those times. And the furniture is actually just a replica, but the floor is the real floor from those times. It's considered to be like a fancy type of living room, whereas here, this is more like a simple living room where simple people lived.
A peasant.
Well, yeah. So it's
More
like
like it.
basically not people who were not rich. This is a prison. This is how a prison looked like. We are in a real prison. So here it says 1757. This is how a prison cell looked like.
Anyone has kid this thing.
Just like an empty room made of wood. At the time, if somebody got into debt, they were placed in prison, like this one. And in order to get out of prison, they first had to pay their debts back, but also the prison fees, which apparently were
Unaffordable.
a thing back then. This is how they sold biscuits at those times, apparently. And like tea and coffee also. And this one is like an old version of a barber shop. The old school barber shop. So now we are basically in a section of the museum which looks like a street. So like you can imagine yourself walking down the street and see there's different places. Like here is the barber shop. Here is a shop where they sell like glasses and stuff like that. There's a bank clerk's office, bank manager's office. There's tea and coffee warehouse. So you can just feel as if you're walking at those times right now. And this is like a music box. This is how it looked like. This is an actual old replica of a pub. This is an elevator, which in 1928 was installed in the shopping mall Selfridges, one of the most famous shopping malls in London. And they just brought it here. And now we're in a section where they show things from 1950s until the present day. And they actually got these mobile phones from 80s. And the old versions of a computer. This one is actually an Apple computer, Mac. So comparing this to the Macs that we have now, which are like this thin, it's brilliant. It is an actual carriage from, I think it's Victorian time. So Mike just left because he had to go to see somebody. And London Museum is actually where Sherlock Holmes exhibition is held. And I'm a fan of Sherlock and I wanted to go to it, but I was just told that it's closing in 15 minutes, so I'm not gonna make it. So I guess some other time. But they have all this. They've got like the books and the films with Robert Downey Jr. Basically anything related to Sherlock you can buy here. So done walking for today. It was really cool. Like I really enjoyed it. A lot of the times when you go somewhere in London, doesn't matter where that is, most of the time you will still find something interesting. The only downside was carrying this bag. It's full of leaflets that I need for work for tomorrow. And it's just like 1,000 of them or something, and it's really heavy. Well, it's not that heavy, but when you carry it around on your shoulder all the time, it is heavy. It gets heavy. So I have to work at the Trafalgar Square today. I've just arrived, and I'm not really sure where I can stand among that sea of people. They keep an eye on the fountain so that nobody goes there. It's St. Patrick's Day today, which is like a holiday for Irish people. It's like a big thing, and the majority of people here are Irish. So I guess that's St. Patrick. We actually have a big stage where musicians play, and if you can hear it, Snow Patrol are playing right now. Well, not the band, but just the music, the background music. Snow Patrol are Irish, for your information. So I'm done working, going home right now. It's kind of freezing actually, like it's been warm throughout most of the week. and today is like really cold again. Hope you had a good week. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next week. Bye.